What is going on, amazing, beautiful people? Your boy Jeffrey Gamer is back at you with another LSPDFR. This is like a 3-4 part series, and this is part 2. Folks, if you have not seen the first video, please watch that first. If you've never installed LSPDFR, if you don't have LSPDFR installed and you're here to figure out how to get it, you're one step ahead of yourselves. Go back and watch the video linked above, linked below. It's part 1. Shows you how to install LSPDFR in what I think are like required mods to run LSPDFR smoothly. So definitely go check that video out. Once you do and you have your game to that level, then come over to this video, because in this video we're going to be showing you how to install some, not all of them, because there's a lot, some recommended essential mods to really enhance your LSPDFR gameplay. Now, you are going to need OpenIV, you are going to need your main directory, and we got a bunch of downloading to do, folks. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing, I think we're going to do it the same way. We're going to do it one at a time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 at a time with this one. We want to download the emergency, the EUP Law and Order, the EUP Serve and Rescue, and the EUP Menu. Okay, so first one is going to be the Law and Order that you see right here. Now, just go to download this file, and you want the OIV. There is a Lenny's mod loader, but we want EUP. OIV. Okay. Just click download. Now, it's not going to bring up a typical download like it would with WinZip or 7RAR. It's going to bring up a download file that you'll see. It's almost like an XML. It's an OIV file. Now, these are pretty big, so you're going to see it's going to take a little bit. I have almost 1,000 download, and it still takes a little. It's a big file. So while that's downloading, let's go ahead and click the next link down below. That is the Serve and Rescue pack. Big shout out to Alex Ashford and Pierre Goods for their. It's an amazing mod. You can't say LSPDFR without EUP, right? So we're gonna go ahead and download this file. Again, same thing. You want to make sure you get the one with OIV, and click download. Okay, and that is going to start to download. All right, so now we got them both going up here. Now we want to go to EUP Menu. This one is going to download a lot quicker. So we're going to click download this file. Yep, agree and download. And it should just start. And like I said, this one will be a WinRAR file or 7-zip, whatever you use. There it is. That one downloaded pretty quickly. There we go. Now, we're still waiting for these two to download. They should take just a few more moments. So what else we're gonna be installing is we're gonna be installing all of BejoJo's mods, Callout interface, Grammar Police, the Kifflom replacement, and then a few callout packs. I want to show you how to install some callout packs and how to access those callout packs within the game, and of course clear the way, which makes any code 3 response or pursuit so much better, right? So that's what we're going to be installing today. There's a ton more that we can install, but I will link down below the playlist of all of the LSPDFR tutorials that I have. And once you get to the end of this video, you should have a kind of a good understanding of how to install stuff into your game, okay? So the EUP Serve and Rescue, EUP Law and Order, those are done. We're going to minimize this right now. We're not going to download anything else. We just got these 3. Again, like I said, we're going to need our main directory. This is for Steam users. I hope I remember to put that in the description of the video this time. All right, so you want to go to your disk drive that your Steam games are installed through, whether it's your C, your D, or whatever. Mine is D. Program files x86, Steam, Steam apps, and common. All right, you're going to double click your Grand Theft Auto folder, and there we go. All right, So here we are. This is the file. This is the folder we left off. This isn't my main LSPDFR. This is the one that we left off. From part 1. So this is fresh. It's newish. Of course, we're gonna go over it's gonna be a bit of a video, folks. We're gonna go over the ionized. We're gonna go into the game and look at some of the controls. Okay. All right. So now let's fire up our OpenIV. And just click your OpenIV, go to Windows, and let it load up. Once it loads up, this is automatically going to load into edit mode. You can't make any changes in OpenIV without edit mode being on. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. There we go. So as you can see, my edit mode is lit up blue. When you launch it, it launches in edit mode already. To do that, go to Tools, go to Options, right here under Default Work Mode. Here's my Say Read Only. Just click it, select Edit, and then Close. All right? So here we are. Now, remember what I said. Those EUP files, you're going to go look under your downloads. There they are right there. Let me just drag that out to my desktop. Drag that out to my desktop. And let's go back here. So now we have this is the Law and Order. And this is the Serve and Rescue. Now, people will say it doesn't matter what order you put it. It does. At least that's what it says on their page. So the first one you're going to want to do is the 56610. It's going to be the EUP Law and Order. As you can see right there, it says EUP LO 8.3. Folks, you're simply going to take this file, left-click it, drag it right here till you see that little plus sign right in this open space, and drop it in. Once you do that, this box we're now getting into OpenIV mods. It's great. So now that we're in right here, you can read this if you want. It kind of tells you what it's going to do. You're going to click Install. Always select Mods folder unless prompted to select Game folder. Always select Mod folder. And then right here, confirm installation. And it's going to do its thing. Sometimes it takes a little bit to do it. Again, the EUP Law and Order, it's a big file. So there we go. Installation succeeded. Now just click Close. Click right here. Just left click right there. All right. You don't have to do nothing. Just left click because for some reason when you drag in another file, it won't let you. So this one is all done. The Law and Order, the 566105533. So we can right click and delete that. Now we want to do this one, 590900970. It's going to be the EUP SR1, Serve and Rescue. This is going to be your paramedics, your fireman uniforms, stuff like that. Go ahead, left click that, and same thing, drag it right there and drop it in. All right. Now go to Install, Mods folder, Install, confirm installation. Again, same thing. Just wait a few moments and it'll load in. I'm going to take a sip of my Red Bull. And there you go. Close. All right, so now we can right click and delete that. Now don't exit out of your OpenIV. What we want to do is just click your File Explorer now. We want to be back in here. All right, over here, the EUP Menu Release 2300. Unless you're watching this video years from now and it's a different file version, it probably works the same. I hope it does. What we want to do is make sure you're on your main directory front page. That's what I call this party of your GTA files. You should see your mods folder, plugins folder, update times. This is the main directory front page. All right, make sure you got this buffer zone right here. This nice zone right there. You don't want it tight like that. Open it up. You got this buffer zone right here, right? So now let's install some files. This is going to get heavily used today. All right, so main directory, front page. Over here in your EUP menu release, you want to go to Files. Double click it. And there's the Rage Native UI and the plugins. Now, if you watched my previous video, my part 1, you can see we already have a Rage Native UI in there. Okay, we already have it. We do not need this Rage Native UI. Now, if you scroll down in your main directory front page, if you do not have this ragenativeui.dll, then you will need this. Okay, but if you've already got it, we're good. We don't need to replace it. Okay, and one thing you can look at is we could take this Rage Native UI. Here's a tip for you. We could take this Rage Native UI and we could bring it in, and it's going to say that we already have one. You can compare. So, a file that we already have is from 12/12/2024. The file that's here with the EUP is 8/1/2021. So, this one is way outdated than the one that I showed you how to install in part 1. So we're going to click cancel and we're going to exit out of that. We're not going to install Rage Native. Again, if you don't have it, install it. Next you want to do, take this plugins folder, drag it in, drop it. That's it. Now, EUP menu is installed. Okay? Back to the main directory front page. Here we are, right here. We can now exit out of this WinRAR. Now let's go do the tricky part, folks. Now, I'm not going to cut any of this out because I want you to see what to expect when you go to BejoJo's sites. I can't offer these files in the comments section. YouTube does not like when you add third-party files. So you are going to have to go to BejoJo's site yourself and do this, okay? A lot of people get scared because, well, I'll show you and explain as we go. So the next link down below is going to be BejoJo's, BejoJo, their plugins. We only want 5 of these plugins. We want Stop the Ped, Ultimate Backup, Compulite, ALPR, Speed Radar. We're not going to go with these 2 callout packs. I feel like they're weak, outdated. Sorry, BejoJo, but the caliber of callouts that are out there now just blow these things out of the water. Okay, so we're not going to install these. Now, one thing you are going to see is it's going to really mush all this up here, because when you click the first one, for example, when you click Stop the Ped, BejoJo gets some of his income from ads. So when we click the Stop the Ped, it's going to pop up this ad, right? And everybody's going to think, oh man, we have a virus. There's a virus. You're going to get this right here. Do not open it. Just exit out. You're okay. All right. And then we can exit out that right there and click it again. And it should take us to the Stop the Ped. Okay. And now once we scroll down, you got to be very careful. Like I said, this thing right here, we're going to write, you can't, do not open that. Okay. Just do not open that. All right. So here we are back at Stop the Ped, right? We're at Stop the Ped. Scroll on down a little bit. It'll show you the recent versions and what it is. And then you want to get to right here. Stop the Ped 4952. Click that little download link, and sometimes it'll do that. If it does, click the Stop the Link tab and click it again. And sometimes it'll do that again. So you got to kind of keep... Jeez, oh, Pete. There we go. Now it worked. 3 times we had to do it. So now get rid of those 3 freaking ads that it popped up. I'm telling you, every time I do a fresh install and I got to come to BejoJo's website, it's a pain in the ass. All right, so click back now. Now we got to do the same thing for Ultimate Backup. So we're going to click it once. And of course, it's going to bring up the ad. Keep the ad up. Just click the Home BejoJo tab at the top. Because if you've already got one there, sometimes it'll just think, okay, it's already got one, so now let's give them the mod. Click Ultimate Backup again. Oh, another ad. Just click Home. Ultimate Backup. Nope, didn't work. Go back to Home. Ultimate Backup. Oh my goodness. And there it is. It finally worked. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times clicking it. That's why I didn't want to cut any of this out, folks, because if I didn't show you this, you would be like, oh my God, it gave me a virus, this and that. No, you can just exit out of the tabs, and if it does download something like it did up there, don't open it. Okay, we're only going to open up these. So we got Ultimate Backup. Let's see if it does the same thing, and it's going to. So if it does that, simply click Ultimate Backup tab. Try it again. Oh, there it is. Did it again. Ultimate Backup and download. Nope. There's 3. Nope. Nope. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Again, 5th time. So, I don't know. But BejoJo, anybody that might know him, please, you got to fix this. You got to fix this. All right. So, now, if you look down here, we have Stop the Ped. We have Ultimate Backup. Right? We're going to click back. We only got to do this 3 more times, folks. Compulate. Go ahead and click it. Okay, brought us to an ad. Click the Home tab. Click Compulate again. Another ad. Click the Home tab. And another ad. And another ad. And there we go. So we can exit out of these at the top. Okay, and scroll on down till you see download, and then it's going to be right here in this box. Click it, add. Click it, add. Another ad. Another ad. And there we go. Yay, Compulate worked. So now we're going to take these tabs and get them on out of here. And click back. 2 more, folks. We could do this. We got this. Now you want ALPR Lite. Click it. There's an ad. So click the home page. ALPR. Ad. Nope. Home page. ALPR. Nope. Home page. ALPR. Nope. Home page. ALPR. Nope. Home page. ALPR. Wow. This one's given us 6, 7 of them. Oh my God, this is just getting ridiculous. There we go. We finally made it in. So that was, geez, how many was that? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. There we go. Scroll on down. ALPR Lite 1.5.4.2. It's, trust me, folks, it's a pain in the ass, but it's worth it. You need these mods, in my opinion. And click download. And of course, it's not going to work. So click the ALPR Lite tab again. And download. Nope. ALPR tab. Download. Nothing. And download. Nothing. And download. Nothing. And download. There we go. You'll know it downloads because you'll see it spinning, and then your WinRAR or 7-zip, whatever you use, will pop up. All right, so let's get rid of these ones. 1 more, folks. We almost made it through. I'm telling you, every single time I do a fresh install, I go through this. All right, we're going to click back. And like I said, we got 1 more Speed Radar Lite. Let's see if this is going to be the best, easiest one yet. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. All right. Worked on the 5th one. Again, folks, if these tabs pop up, these ads, do not click on any of this stuff, okay? Do not click on any of that. All right, so we're in the Speed Radar Lite one. Raher. Okay. And click download. And it's probably not going to work. And we're going to click download. This video is an extra 15 minutes long just because of BejoJo. Don't blame me. You're just going to keep clicking that download button until you see a little circle. There it is. And boom, Speed Radar Lite is done. So now we can exit out of these ad tabs. And that's it. We've got all of our BejoJo mods. Now let's install them, go through and explain the INIs. Okay? Minimize that. Okay, we need our main directory. We're on the main directory front page, ladies and gentlemen. These, there's no real order on how you got to install them, right? So, here's what we're going to do. Main directory front page, see your mods folder, plugins folder, update 6.4. Okay, got your buffer zone. And we got all 5 of our files right here. So first one, let's do Stop the Ped. We are going to double click the Stop the Ped folder in the WinRAR. And there we go. You got plugins, Rage Native. Again, we do not need the Rage Native. We've already got it installed. We don't need them. I think all of BejoJo's files are going to have, mods are going to have this Rage Native. So disregard this unless you don't have it. We're going to take this plugins folder, left click, drag it right here, drop it in. All right, you see that plugins folder highlight? That means it went in. Okay, so let's install everything first and then we'll go through it all. So the Stop the Ped WinRAR, you can exit out of it. Now we have Ultimate Backup. Same thing, folks. Double click the Ultimate Backup folder. There it is. One file in here. We don't need the Rage Native. Just take that plugins, left click, drag it, drop it. Yes. If it says this, just click yes. There you go. And boom, that is in. So we can exit out of the Ultimate Backup one. Compulite. Double click it. Again, plugins, not Rage Native, just the plugins. Drag and drop. And we can exit out of that WinRAR. ALPR, which is your plate reader, double click it. And this one just has a plugin, so we're going to left click that, drag it, and drop that in. Okay, you're going to see this plugins folder highlight every time you drop something in. And exit out of that. And lastly is our speed radar light. Double click that, and there's the plugins, left click, drag, and drop. And we can exit out of that. Folks, that's it. All of BejoJo's mods are installed. Now, to make yourself feel a little more comfortable, you could go to the downloads and you could just get rid of these things that, you know, so you don't accidentally click it and just delete those ads that BejoJo's mods popped up, right? So, all right, there we go. Let's get back into our main directory front page. Now we're in the main directory front page again. Click your plugins folder, your LSPDFR folder, and now you can see we're starting to build up a mod list here, right? So first thing we want to do is let's do the ALPR light INI. Double click that. It's going to bring up an INI. Now, folks, this is where you're going to want a pad and pen. Okay, you're going to want a pad and pen. You're going to want to make sure that your keybinds are set to where you don't have duplicate keybinds. It's a pain in the butt, I know, but as you install mods, just have a pad and pen next to you, and you're just going to write down what the menu or what the function key is for that mod. So in other words, key to toggle the ALPR on and off, this says F8. Okay, now I don't want F8. We're gonna do what do I have in my, let me check and see what I have in my file, because that's the one that I love. So we're gonna go right here. Don't you're not gonna do any of this. This is me, folks. Plugins LSPDFR. I don't have, oh, because I never use it, right? Okay, so I don't have this one installed. That's kind of embarrassing. All right, so plugins, LSPDFR, ALPR light INI. So we're back in right here. So what you could do, you don't want it to be F8. So backspace that, and let's put a W. Now, the modifier key, you could do left shift, you could do left control. We're going to do left shift. So you could either just get rid of this none, or you could just take this, highlight this, not the comma, just L shift key, copy. Now highlight the word none and paste. Boom. Okay, so that's going to be, so the ALPR is going to be left. I'm writing it down so we can look at it within the game. All right, so now ALPR hit probability in percentage, meaning you're sitting there running radar on the side of the highway. What's the probability that each car that drives by is going to give you a hit? You don't want every car, every other car, every 3 or 4 cars. You don't want them to hit every time they drive by you. It gets annoying. It gets to be too much. I keep my probability at 20%. I think it's perfect, and it's just great. Now, ALPR hit categories. Total value should equal 100. So this means that there's more of a probability that a hit you get is going to be a registration issue, an insurance issue, or a license. You have the registered owner license. And then you've got these two that are stolen vehicle or a BOLO or a wanted registered owner. You could change these. Let's say you want this wanted one to go down to 5. You would get rid of the 10, simply put a 5. But it's got to equal 100, folks. So right now, as you can see, we're at 95. 25, 25, that's 75. That's 90, that's 95. So we got to add 5 onto one of these. So we would take that 25 and put it to 30. Okay, so this adds, so you get the idea. The weight for vehicle, I keep that. I keep this default. This stays default. This stays default. Set and enable individual ALPR camera. Keep all that the way it is. Whether to blip an alerted vehicle, make sure that is on yes. Believe me, keep that on yes. All right, so that's it. So now we can go to File, save it, and exit out of that. Now let's go down to Compulate. Compulate is going to be your, it's going to be your ticket, well, you'll see. So to open it, I like to set mine to the Q key. Wait a second. No, we'll keep it at the E key. Yeah, we'll keep that at the E key. Okay. And give citation, which is going to be page down, which it does prompt you. Buttons, when you're using a controller, hold this to open up Compulate. You could do D-pad right. I set that to none because D-pad right eventually will be something else, and then you'll just have this computer popping up. Open the tablet. The key to open up the tablet. You could set this at whatever you wanted. The give citation, which we already went up there for controller. These are for controllers. All right, so parameter, the currency. You got dollars, right? The waiting duration in hours until a court case. So 48. Whether the game will be paused when you open Compulate. So you could make it so that whenever you open up Compulate, your game can still be going on in the background, and I'll show you what I mean. But the only thing is with that is if you use control and you're clicking up and down, your character is moving, all around and doing things. So I keep mine pause when I'm in the computer. Enable the grainy transition screen. Keep that. Keep all of this the way it is. So we're good here. We're good here. Just click File and Save. All right. Now, what we want to do is we want to go to Speed Radar Light. There we go. Now, this one I set to my F2 key. So you're going to put F2. And we don't need a modifier key. So we're going to get rid of that and hit none. There we go. Now, you have key to increase threshold, to lower it. It's going to be page up, page down. With the left control key as being the modifier. Again, I'm going to show you all that in the game. It's going to be your home key to switch auto, front, rear, left. It's going to be left control in your home key. All right, whether to blip, always keep the blips on unless you really like the realism. And it's going to be in miles per hour. You could change it to kilometers per hour. It's going to automatically go to 70. Okay, and keep those at yes. So really not much to change in here except the keybind. Click Save. Make sure you click Save after all these and exit out. All right, now the two main ones, Stop the Ped and Ultimate Backup. These ones are huge. Now, listen to me when I say we are going to have to change some things in our LSPDFR because essentially the Stop the Ped is taking over the Stop the Ped LSPDFR version, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we're going to go into the Stop the Ped INI, double click it. All right, main key of this plugin, you have to press it twice to stop the ped. That's going to be your E key. You just hit it twice to stop the ped, right? Key to open up the menu for peds and vehicles. By default, it's at G. That's what I keep mine at, okay? And then look at all these. The key to use with gunpoint to make a ped as a pursuit target only works when you are pointing a gun. Now you've got your F10, which is your surge key. You want to keep that. You got your sprint booster. These are all keyboard keys, right? To call the police transport, it's going to be D8. Key to tackle is going to be the back key. Okay, now you got buttons, right? Stop the ped menu, D-pad right. Keep that there, believe me. Controller for context menu for peds and vehicles. I put these to none. Now again, folks, you can do whatever you want on these. You do not have to listen to me on this. Whatever your heart desires, that's what you're going to put in these. And if there's a modifier button, that is a button that you're going to press, like left shift and then hit D-pad up if you wanted to put left shift there. All right. So D-pad up. So if a suspect's running away, all you got to do is point your gun at him and hit D-pad up, and it'll make him a pursuit target. It's great. Tackle player is the B button. Sprint boost is your Y button while you're running. Parameters for Stop the Ped, the probability percentage of the ped going to resist you. Okay, it's 0 out of 100. You could bump this up to 25 if you wanted. The probability that the ped will attack you is at 50. So you have a 50% chance of a if you pull somebody over, or if you stop a ped and then you want to search them or whatever, this is a 50% chance that they're going to attack you. You want the blip on. You want all, backup units to take over the arrest, yes. The probability that a ped has a gun permit, again, you can change all these probabilities. Let's see, default. I would keep all that as default. To force using items from Stop the Ped, the vehicle. So this is a little more advanced. This is something that I explain. If you want, I do have an ambulance stretcher mod in vehicle, coroner, animal control. That's what all these are, right? And those are separate videos. Again, check out my LSPDFR tutorial playlist. There's all sorts of stuff in there. All right, right now in this video, we're just showing you just some basic stuff, right? Make nearby, keep all this. The sprint boost duration, I like to bump that up to like 6 seconds. Okay. Make nearby, enable traffic stop menu. Set the traffic control radius. Again, you can look at all of this stuff, folks, and change it. Use Stop the Ped advanced flashlight instead of vanilla. Okay. In addition, for advanced flashlight, you should have ambient disabled player flashlight equals true. Now, we are going to open up a separate. Actually, no, we'll go back here once and go back one more time. Now, right here in the LSPDFR folder, 2 folders above your plugins folder, you're going to go to your LSPDFR INI. So here's the Stop the Ped INI. Now remember, if you want to use the Stop the Ped advanced flashlight, which is better than the default vanilla one, we have to set ambient disable player flashlight override to true in the LSPDFR INI. Well, here is the LSPDFR INI. And if you look right here, ambient disabled player flashlight override equals false. We want it to say true. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of false. And we're just simply going to put true. Click File, click Save. We can exit out of the LSPDFR INI. And now we're all good here. And keep that at yes. If you like a laser on your taser, like the red dot laser, keep this at yes. I don't like it because it just looks corny and unrealistic. So I'm going to click no. Determine the probability, weapon status check. Again, more probability stuff. the list of weapons. So keep all this at default. Change it after you get comfortable with LSPDFR, okay? But no need to change any of that right now. Realistic weapon systems, we're going to keep that. Stop the ped, we'll make sure these additional loadouts. Yep. Calm ped, whether you want the calm ped on foot. Yep. Okay. Prisoner transport, we're not changing any of this, folks. Again, I have videos out there on how to replace the prison transport vehicles, and I show you how to change all this right here. New stretcher, all that stuff. So really, I don't think there's anything else in here that we want to change, but let me double check. And yeah, no, we're good. Go to file, make sure you click save. It's very important. Save and exit out of that. Now let's go back to our plugins folder, LSPDFR, and now we want to go to the ultimate backup INI. Double click that. This one's a little shorter, I believe. Yes. All right, so the toggle the menu key for your backup, your ultimate backup. I have mine set to the U key. Okay, so put a U there. No modifier button. The key to dismiss all backup units is enter on your keyboard, so that's good. The panic button is right control and number pad 0. That'll give off a panic tone, which will send units that you can select in here for backup. Then you got group backup. Again, same thing. Keys interact with the K9. That is T, but it'll also prompt you on the screen if you ever want to use the K9. Controller button for panic. Keep it at none. You don't need it. All of these are going to be at none except for the K9. So keep all that. Set yes or no to set the states. Now, if you are using ELS and you want a silent code 2, set this to no. I know we're not doing ELS in this video, but the next video, the next part 3 video, will be vehicles, sirens, weapons, a lot of OpenIV mods. So let's just kind of beat it to the punch and let's change this to no. Okay. The radius. Okay. So once you do that, keep all of this the same. Units that will come if you call for a panic. Local. You don't need a police bike. You don't need state patrol, and you don't need SWAT. Okay. It's funny when you have a shootout, right? And you hit your panic button and you got these doofuses showing up on a motor unit, and then you got freaking SWAT showing up. It's very unrealistic. I don't like it. So what I do is I will simply highlight local patrol, not the commas, but local patrol, hit copy, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight police bike, and I'm going to paste local patrol. I'm going to highlight local SWAT, and I'm going to paste local patrol. Now you can get one state trooper. So now if we hit our, or you could lower this too. You could get rid of 2 of them and just have 3 local patrols. So what this is this is what's going to show up if you hit your panic button. It's great. Same thing for the group backup. You can change all that right down here. Now group backup is more fire, ambulance, fire truck, local patrol. The severity, code 2, code 3. We'll set it to code 3. Or keep it at code 3. When a player is injured and an ambulance comes, do you want the paramedic to come up and give you a med kit that heals you? That's by default set to yes. You can keep it. I usually put it at no, but we'll keep it at yes so I can show it to you in the game. This will allow you to select the menu while using the controller. We're keeping all that the same. And then you got the stretcher. The length of the taser laser beam, just put that to 0. Okay, and that's done. Okay, that's done. Now, again, go to File and go to Save. And exit out of that. Now, in your main directory, folks, over here in your main directory, you want to backspace once, backspace twice. Now we want to go into the LSPDFR folder and go to Keys, INI. Okay, there we go. Now, we want to go to this right here, Stop Ped's controller key. D-pad right. Set that to none. Okay? Set it to none. There's pretty much a lot of stuff in here. This pursuit menu key, set that to none. Because a lot of the things in here, BejoJo's mods just replaced. Okay, you've got perform frisk, crime report, the police computer, toggle the computer. That Q key, set that to none. Because we have compulate that we set to Q, right? Let's see here. Actually, compulate is set to E, but you don't need this one anymore. All right. Backup key. Yeah, we can keep that. It really doesn't matter because you could get that if you wanted. Traffic start stop. It's going to be your left shift key, right? Traffic stop start is going to be the A key. Not worried about that. Like again, there may be some keybind things that we're going to find out. But again, this is something that, you know, just as you go in and out of LSPDFR, you're going to want to be friends with this keys INI, because these are things that you're going to change throughout your playing, and you're going to tailor it to exactly how you want it, right? So main things we want to change are the pursuit menu and the traffic stop interact. Controller key, D-pad right. Put that to none. Very important. Traffic stop interact. That has to be set to none. Okay. And we want to put this to none. Traffic stop interact on your keyboard. Set that to none. All right. And I think we're pretty good. You could accept callout key, D-pad left, but I like to just use the Y key, so set that accept callout to none. I use the Y key on the keyboard because if you get a callout and you're already working on something like a report or a crime that somebody did, and you hit that D-pad left, you're going to accidentally accept another callout, and then your game could crash. So set that to none. You're welcome. I think we're good there. Remember to hit save, folks. All right, boom. Now let's hit back once right here. Okay, so now we're back on our main directory front page. We still have our OpenIV up. Let's keep going here, guys and gals. All right, back to the links below. Next thing we want, call out interface. Okay, Opus, absolutely amazing. Ben H, Opus is an absolute genius. Okay, I've got all of his mods that you can, go check out the video. Just search Opus on my channel. Download this file and agree and download. You want the main files, which at this time of this video, which is January 14th, 2025, it's going to be 1.4.1. Click download. Now, callout interface is what you're going to use if you want to manually start a callout. Callout interface is great, believe me. All right, let's see here. Let's just go ahead and download the rest of everything. So down below, go to Grammar Police next. This is going to be your dispatch stuff. And again, Opus. Download this file. Agree and download. Main files 1.7.2 and click download. And there we go. Kifflom replacement. So as of right now, when you walk up to a car and you ask them for your ID, your officer, deputy, will go Kifflom, and it's stupid. So this replaces that to a more natural, can I see your ID? Stuff like that. So Kifflom replacement, go ahead and download this file. Big shout out to First Edit for this. Agree and download, and that's going to download. Now we have 3 call-out packs that we want to install. First one's going to be Daryl. I'm telling you, all you're going to need are these 3 callouts, and you won't need any more callouts. Just from Daryl callouts, look at how many you get. You get so many. Okay, people think, oh, I got to put 50 callout packs in my game. No, you don't. You really don't. So Daryl callouts. big shout out to Daryl. Click download this file, agree and download, let it do its thing. Next link down below is 686. So everything's going to start popping up with WinRAR. 686 callouts by Charlie686, who is the creator of the Rage Autolog Reader. Amazing people over there with Charlie686. I'm telling you, they're just so good. And again, look at it. Look at the amount of 23 callouts here, right? So download this file and agree and download. So we've already got almost 50 callouts in our game, right? Lastly, go to Kuchera. Right? There's Kuchera. Now look at Kuchera. 50 plus callouts, folks. Look at all of these. So now we have over 100 callouts with all different outcomes. These are all the callouts you're going to need. These ones, BejoJo works with these with his Better Dispatch audio, which we're not going to install because it's a Patreon. I highly suggest you go over to his Patreon, his YouTube channel, not BejoJo. I apologize, Blue Line Vibes, and go check out his tutorial on how to install his Better Dispatch audio. It's amazing. It's so good, believe me. So Kuchera callouts. Download this and agree and download. And you want the Kuchera callouts callout interface. That's the one we want. Boom. And yeah, so BejoJo's Better Dispatch, Blue Line Vibes, Better Dispatch, it's compatible with these three callouts. So just go with these three. That's all you're going to need. Lastly, folks, Clear the Way, which is a must-have mod. What this does is this, just what it says. It makes it so that the locals move over a little easier for you when you're running code or in a pursuit. So download this file, agree and download, and that's the 5M version. So we want the Clear the Way 1.0048 and click download. There we go. I feel like I'm getting sick. All right, so let's see here. Listen, folks, we are all done up here. We got everything we need all right here, folks. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's start out with Daryl callouts. This is all pretty simple. Hold your control key. Select LSPDFR, select plugins, left click. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. Do not install that yet. Let's do Grammar Police and Callout interface first. So first thing we're going to do is Grammar Police. This is going to be your dispatch audio, okay? This is going to be a bit of your main directory and OpenIV. So first thing you want to do is click this Grand Theft Auto 5 folder. And this is what you want. Now, again, we don't need the Rage Native, but let's just check it and see and compare. Yeah, so it's about a year older, so we don't need that one. But you will need these 4 files: LSPDFR, plugins, Callout interface, and ipt.common. Left click, drag right here, and again, make sure you're at your main directory front page. Those 4 files, drag them, drop them. And there we go. And just left click over here to de-highlight those. All right, and Grammar Police is in. Let's exit out of that. Now let's shoot into Grammar Police real quick. So you're going to go to Plugins, LSPDFR, and then you're going to see a Grammar Police folder right here. Double click that. Now, here's what you want to do, folks. You do not want to go into this INI and change it, because if there's updates, it'll overwrite your stuff. You don't want to do that. So what you're going to do is left-click this, then right-click and copy it. Go right here, left-click, and paste. Now, this copy one, you are going to change that to custom INI. Just like that. Custom.ini. Double click. You don't need nothing here. Leave that be. You don't need to ever touch that. You want to go into the custom INI. There we go. So now what we want to do in here is bring this up to the top. See, do not edit this file. See config.txt for documentation. We can get rid of this. So what we're going to do is highlight that and just hit backspace and keep hitting, and then go right here and bring this up to the top. So 1, 2, boom. Now, this is kind of some of the fun parts, right? You get to pick your call sign. So I'm going to go with Charles33. Right? Keep the dashes there. Keep the quotations there. You're only changing the words. Right? Now you can have 2 King 54 or 3 Bravo 12. You know, whatever you want to do. You can put in there. Just keep the quotations and keep your dashes, your 2 dashes. But this, and this can be changed to whatever you like. Language, English US. Agency codes, generic. Keep that at generic. Enable speech recognition. Keep that at true. All right, so now you got dispatch key, R menu, meaning it's the right like menu key that's right next to the function key. Now I change mine to the 0 key because then I just use my Stream Deck foot pedals. So my dispatch key I put on the 0 key. The interface key, which I put mine to F7. Is it the interface key? No. Hold on a second. I'm just looking at my notes here. Yeah. So you've got left control. Yeah, so F7 on the interface key. Okay. Let me just double check. Hold on 1 second, folks. I'm so sorry. So let's open up a new file explorer so we don't lose. You're not doing this part. I'm just doing this. LSPDFR. Nope, wrong one. Plugins. LSPDFR. Grammar Police. Custom. Now, I have mine. Interface key is none. Settings is F7 with the left control. Got it. I'm glad I looked. Okay, so we're back here in our INI. So interface key, you're going to set this to none. And the settings key is going to be F7 with the left control modifier. And of course, we're going to go into the game and check that out. Hotkeys. These are keys that if you call it out on dispatch and they don't hear you, you could always change this to numpad. I like to change mine to numpads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all hotkeys that you can change for your number pad. And if I'm not doing good at explaining it, on the website, under the Grammar Police, let me go back, the Grammar Police main page, you got Opus right here who made a video that explains it probably far better than I can. So that's always good to have too. So, yeah, you got buttons. So right here, show player status, set that to true. Right? Show target plate, set that to true. There we go. All this stuff right here, we'll be able to check in the game. Hold to talk. I like to do that. I set this to true. It makes it more realistic. If it's set to false, then you would hit your dispatch key, which remember, we set ours to 0. Well, I did. Whatever you have yours set to. If this hold to talk is set to false, then you just press it once and talk and then wait. Dispatch will wait. I don't like that. I like the realism of holding the button in while I'm talking to dispatch. So I set that to true. And then you got the sounds here, which again, we're going to check inside the game. Attempt to initiate pursuit. Keep that at false. Priority tone handle. Officer check interval. Priority tone, we're good. Backup. Keep all this. You can, again, all this can be changed within the game. So I think we're good there with the basics. Just go to File and click save. Now we can exit out of that. Now we want to go back 1, 2, 3. We're back at the main directory front page, ladies and gentlemen. Now we want our callout interface. Okay. Main directory front page, callout interface. Double click this Grand Theft Auto 5 folder. Now, again, we want raw canvas. We don't need the rage. IPT common, callout interface, plugins. Those 4 files. Left click, drag, and drop. It might ask you, yep, go ahead and replace. And let's go check out this INI real quick. So we're going to go to plugins. We're going to go to LSPDFR. We are going to go to callout interface INI. The INIs these are the files that have the settings that you can change. You'll usually see a little sprocket right here, and it usually ends with INI. So double click that. Okay, here we go. Callout menu key. I have mine set to F10. Right? Force callout, set that to none. Okay, force callout modifier, don't worry about that. Toggle terminal key. This one, I set mine to the 3 key because of my spotlight mod. So go ahead and go to 3. And then here we go. MDT enabled, yes. Toggle on, only in the vehicle. Keep all this default. Again, right here, you're going to change this. Now, notice this one doesn't have the quotations. Okay, but you can leave the dashes. So you want to make sure it matches the one that we just did in Grammar Police. So whichever one you put in Grammar Police, the one we did up here in the custom INI, you want to have the same thing right there. All right, we're not worried about the position and everything because that can all get changed in the game. Postal code enabled. Go to true. Set that to true. Again, we can change this in the game, and I will show you. Plate enabled. We're going to go to true on that. There we go. ALPR, all that. Yep. We're good. And like I said, you can, once you get comfortable, you can go in. This video will take 3 days to watch, not to make, to watch, if we explain every little thing. Familiarize yourself with the basics first, folks. You don't need to go balls to the wall. Just familiarize yourself with it. And I promise you, over time, over a short period of time, you will get it. So we're going to go to File and click Save. And we can exit out of that. All right. Now we can exit out of the callout interface WinRAR. Now we can go ahead and, well, let's do the Kifflom. Right here, your main directory. You want to go back and back again. There we go. Now the Kifflom replacement, if you click it and hold it, you could see it's an OIV file. We love OIV files. What does that mean? That means you bring up your OIV, your OpenIV, right? Make sure your edit mode is on. And you're simply going to take that Kifflom replacement, drag it right here, drop it in. Okay, it's going to do the same thing it always does. Go to Install, Mods folder, Confirm installation. And this one takes a little bit. There we go. And click Close. All right. And we can exit out of the Kifflom replacement. 686 Daryl Kuchera, clear the way. Let's do clear the way. We're going to keep, oh, you know what? The Grammar Police. Did I do, let me see, not Grammar Police. Callout interface. Let me bring this back up. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Let me just make sure there wasn't one in Grammar Police. There was. Okay. So, shoot. All right. So, folks, bring your Grammar Police WinRAR back up. I apologize for this. I knew there was something I was forgetting. I'm trying to remember everything. I have it all written down in front of me, but it's a mess. Okay. So we have our Grammar Police WinRAR back open. Now remember, the Grammar Police is the one that we just installed in here that had the custom INI, right? Well, now we got to put the textures in. So you've got your OpenIV and you have your Grammar Police WinRAR. If you delete it, if you exited out of it because I told you to, just go back into your downloads and bring the Grammar Police back up. Now we want to do textures. Double-click this textures folder. Okay, now here's a README, and this README is going to tell you where to go. But so am I. So follow my lead. Okay, you're going to go to mods. Just read this. This is the pathway right there. Okay, so you're going to go to mods and then times 64C, which is already over here because I showed y'all to put it over here. If you do not see it over here, you'll see it on the left side, and if you click it, it'll light up a red thing. Just click Show in Mods folder, okay? So mods times 64C, levels, GTA 5, props. Then we want levdes, and then we want v minigame.rpf right there. Boom. This is where we want to be. We can close out of the README. So now, right here in the Grammar Police, you have these two files, prop CSLD police, prop CSLD police plus high. Hold your control key and select both of those. Not the README, not the folder, just these two. Left click, drag them, drop them in. Now we are all done with Grammar Police, so we can exit out of Grammar Police. And just double click the mods folder. It brings you back to the front page of your OpenIV. So now let's go back into our File Explorer. Actually, let's minimize OpenIV. Let's go back to our File Explorer. We have cleared the way. Very simple. One file. Over here in your main directory front page, your plugins folder. Double click it. Take this clear the way, drag it in, drop it. Boom. Done. Click back. Main directory front page. Once again, clear the way. WinRAR. Exit out. Now we've got 3 files here that these are all callouts. These are very, very simple, folks. Double click the folder that's in the Kuchera. Let's start with Kuchera. Double click the folder. And you want just 3 files in here. Callout interface, API, plugins, LSPDFR. So you want to hold your control key, select those 3. We don't need that, and you don't need that little folder. Just these 3 files. Let go of control. Left click these, drag them, and drop them. And yes. All right. Exit out of Kuchera, and it's pretty much going to be the same thing for all of them. Darrow callouts. Well, you only have 2 here. Plugins, LSPDFR. Left click, drag them in, drop them. And we can get out of Darrow callouts, WinRAR. And lastly, 686. Double click it. And you need 3 files in here. Callout interface, API, plugins, LSPDFR. Left click, drag, and drop. And replace. Perfect. And exit. Now, scroll back up. Let's go to plugins. Let's go to LSPDFR. This is where you're going to see your callouts that we just installed. There's 686. There's Darrow. There's Kuchera. You can go into these INIs. Folks, remember, INIs are the ones that can be manipulated. These DLLs and all that, don't go into those. PDPs, don't go into those. You don't touch those. The INIs we can go into. So if we go into 686 callout INI, it'll tell you right here, language, if there's a different language. The accept key, which we'll be able to accept via our voice. You can turn off certain callouts within this mod right here. So if you don't want a large vehicle pursuit, you could set that to false. Photography of a station, you could set that to false. Area surveillance, lane closure, high risk escort, alleyway robbery. You could turn on and turn off all of these right here in the INI. Whether the calls should end automatically where possible. Auto end call set to true. I like to set mine to false because sometimes you'll get a fake true and it'll end the call out and it's not really over. So I like to set mine to false. And whether a reminder should be displayed to end the call. Let's keep that at true. Vehicle use, FBI2, Speedo, you can keep all this the same, but if you want to change the escort vehicle that they use, you could just type in the name of the vehicle, FBI2, escort both, yeah. So you can keep all that as is and simply go to File and Save. And you could do that for any callouts you install. So if we now go down to Darrow callouts, there we go. Again, there's the callouts, and you can turn them on and off as you please. Gang drive-by, gang shootout, gang homicide. You can set that to true or false. Bank robbery, true or false, true or false. Here's the vehicles that show up, okay, for certain things. Keep all that as is until you get the hang of stuff, right? So just save. I know we didn't change nothing, but I always just like to save it. And lastly, Kuchera. Again, if set to true, the callout is enabled. If set to false, it's disabled. And that's all there is in this INI. You could just turn these on or off. That's it. I mean, they're so, yeah. Oh, wait, there is a little more. Wow, because there's so many callouts in this one. To end the call, you hit end. To the action key is your Y key. Again, it's got the vehicles that'll be in there, so that's all good. And we didn't change nothing, so let's just exit out of that. Folks, I think that is it. I think we're ready to go into the game, check out our EUP, make sure everything loaded in, make sure there's no crashes, no problems. We just installed a lot into our game. There may be some keybinds that are going to clash with each other, but if they do, I'll write them down, and I'll show you where to go to change those. But for right now, there is one last thing you got to do. Well, first, let's go ahead and exit out of our main direct. Well, I won't exit yet because I need the rage. But you can exit out of your main directory, right? And what we want to do is close out of our OpenIV. So let's go ahead and close out of that. Okay, so lastly, what you want to do is you want to hit this rage plugin hook.exe and hold your shift key. And that is going to bring up the rage settings. Now, all this should be the same from video 1, from part 1. Keep that at 60,000. But you're going to want to click plugins. And when you click it, you're going to see that EUP and clear the way are unchecked. Just check them both. And then hit save and launch. And again, you may have this thing right here pop up. Just hit continue and click yes. And let's let this launch up here, as it should be launching any moment. There we go. Again, we just installed a lot of mods, so usually the first time installing it, plus there was just an update. I don't think it was a bad update that's going to affect our LSPDFR or anything. So sometimes that first launch takes a little longer, right? So we're going to give it some time here. And this is the part where I don't like to cut this part out. I like to launch it and let it just load right in. Not sure why it didn't go full screen, but we can change that in the game. Not sure why it didn't go full screen, but we'll change that. Oh, probably because of this pop-up. Oopsie. Probably because of the pop-up that just came right there. But we can change it to full screen within the game, and we'll do that when we get in there. But right now, I want to show you that it is going to load in. We just installed a crap ton of data in that. So we're going to click Story Mode with Rage. There we go. Again, like I said, some keybinds might clash with each other. If they do, you're going to write down which ones they are, and you know, we can go back into the INIs and fix them, okay? I wish I had the time to just explain every single line in the INIs, every single mod that, you know, we have, but I mean, this video is already pretty lengthy, so, you know, I want to give you the best information, slow and clear, but I also don't want to take up 3 hours of your time. So that's why we're doing this in parts. You know, part 1 was dropped a week ago. Again, that's linked down below. And, you know, I want to give you all time to hit part 1 and kind of get the feel of LSPDFR. And now we're dropping part 2, and you're going to see your LSPDFR is going to start to become far more fun and excited, especially when we hit part 3, where we start installing vehicles, which I think is going to be great. Vehicles, sirens, ELS, all of that. So we're loading into LSPDFR right now, and it should load me up at a police station as my created character. Certainly it should. And there we go. All right, now let me just do first things first. Let me go to the pause menu, and let me go to settings, and let me go to display, or is it under graphics? There we go. Windowed. So let's go to full screen and back and hit enter. There we go. Enter. Perfect. Okay, so now we are in the game, folks. Here we are. We're in the game. Now, remember in part 1, I told you have to go to the police station for the first time you go on duty. Well, now that we already did that, we can just hit F4 and hit FOR, and then you see how it brings up force duty. Hit tab and then enter. That's going to put you in your uniform. This is an EUP uniform, and then you can just hit escape to back out of that menu.
I hated her since we were kids.
I think this is an EUP. So by default, the EUP menu is going to be F11. Okay, let's wait for these mods to load in before I show you. Okay. Oh, we don't have a cop car either. Dang it. Oh, we don't have a cop car. That's okay. Also, next video we're going to be installing. A simple trainer, which is going to be great. So let's go in here, and up at the top left, it'll tell you press D-pad right to go into the sheriff's station. We're going to be installing simple trainer, which is also such a great mod. All right, so police garage, and again, these are all vanilla, right? But as you can see, we just got that plate right down there now, and the out of service down there, and we're going to go over all that. So let's just select this one, and we're going to tailor this stuff here. So, okay, so first thing, let's do this. Let's get out of the vehicle. Let's hit F11, and now we got EUP. You can go down to the Law and Order, LSPD, Patrol Division, and Male Class A. And as you see, look at far, far better, right, than the vanilla uniforms. EUP. It's absolutely great. You got that one, then you got that one. This is the one I like to use because it's, got the shoulder. I like the shoulder one. So does this one. No, this one has none. This is a handheld one. And then you got like your jacket, your rain jacket. It's got the detective bureau. Plain clothes. Like if you're an undercover, you still got your gun there. The raid jacket, stuff like that, right? So, pretty dope, pretty cool. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, so let's get in the vehicle. And now let's hit, what was our callout interface? F10? So callout interface F10. Now you can go right here to configure settings, and you've got callouts, MDT, postal, plate. If we click this plate, right? Plate enabled true. You can now, I think you can grab, no, how do I get to that? Plate, oh wait, no, it's not this one. So ALPR, okay, so postal, you can change the postals to postal enabled, and you can move the postal scale, as you can see. It's right down there. It's changing the scale, but you can't see it because that freaking. So here's what we do. Okay, let's back up. If I hit the number pad 3, it's gonna bring up this is the CAD, the call out interface. If I hold the number pad 3, it should bring up the mouse. There it is. Now, yes, now I can move this plate. You could put it here. You could put it here. What I like to do is like put it like right there. And once you're done, you're just going to hit that 3 key again. And now that plate is locked there. Now we can hit F10, right? Go to configure settings, go to postal, and now you can change where the postal goes. So you can set it. There we go. Let's just hold it down. You could set it so it's just going to go right over here just under that plate. The status, right, which I think the status can get changed too. Maybe not. Maybe not. MDT. I don't see any spot. So you've got your sound, MDT sound accept. So that's going to give you the sounds on when you get a call in your MDT. There we go. So we're going to keep that there. Postal, we already did that. Plate, we already got that. ALPR. Blip enabled, put that to true. All right. Auto blip, automatically blips the most recent ALPR hit. Put that to true. And we can back out of that. Auto tab. We'll keep that off there. Call outs, force delay, auto traffic stop. Keep all that the way. And then make sure you hit save, right? Okay, so that is done. Now, we can also go to left control F7 to bring up grammar police. Now, display settings, show notification, yes. Show, this is it, player status, yep. Show target plate, yep. So now we want to move this one all the way over. There we go. And text position and all that, the radio position, you can move your radio, you know, kind of all over too. And the radio key, I believe, is the C key. I'll check that out. We'll check that out in a moment here. You can go to edit radio position, and it will allow you to bring this and just move it manually, right? And then right click to exit out of that. And you're gonna bust your window if you're in the car. If you're in the car. All right. Let's hit Control F7 again and go back into the grammar police settings. Now you got your push to talk. Hold to talk, yes. Show in-car animation, yes. This is the push sound. So when you push in your radio, those are your different buttons. I like that one there. The release sound, I like 3. And then preface response.
This is dispatch.
I like the number 2. Right? So then when you're done, let's check out immersion. Enable that. Keep all that. Officer check. Do not put that on. Pursuit check. Don't put that on. Use generic response. Put that to yes. Put that to yes. And then just hit save. And then boom, it's saved. You never have to change that again. And yeah, so the C button brings up your radio, and you could, you know, you could just person injured.
10-4, copy that.
Now, if you really had a person
Medical
injured,
aid required.
they'll ask you if medical aid is required, and yes. And then there you go. Look at that. That's grammar police, y'all. So now, remember, we set our grammar police to 0, the push to talk key. So I'm going to hit my thing, and I'm going to show you how great grammar police works. 1 Charles 33. And you see him using the radio animation in the car. Now you hear her say, go ahead. Show me 1041. I'll be 10-8. So now look at the bottom there. You see it now says And now it says status is on patrol. Now it'll start giving me calls. So now we can go out here and, you know, we can kind of just come out here and start patrolling. Now let's say you want to force your own call out. You can hit F10. And now there's a call.
Officer needs immediate assistance.
Officer down in Davis. Now if you get a call, you hit your Y key.
Davis, respond code 3.
We're going to respond. Lights and sirens. Now to clear the way, you'll see the vehicles kind of move out of the way for you, except the trucks. For some reason, the trucks won't, but the vehicles do. So here's where the officer's down. So now we go over here, and we don't know if there's any bad guys here. So now we have Stop the Ped. Right? We can hit our G key and we can tend to the injured body. So now we're going to tend to him and see if we can help him out. Meanwhile, we're looking around to make sure that there's no bad guys. So the cop is still alive. He's still alive. So now we can get on our grammar police. 1 Charles 33. I need an ambulance to my location. Sometimes she doesn't hear you. 1 Charles 33 requesting a medical ambulance. Charles 33 requesting an ambulance. Come on now. There we go. Sometimes you gotta speak just like super clear, close to your microphone. So now an ambulance is going to come and it's going to help him out and stuff like that. And then once you're done with the call out, you just simply hit end. And that's it. It'll put you on route, and then you can say, dispatch, I'll be clear. Show me back 10-8. And now you'll see my status will go to Charles 33. You can show me clear. Code 4. There we go. We're available.
No additional support needed.
So now the ambulance will come for this officer. Usually you'll wait here and, you know, you'll RP the investigation. But now let's show you a traffic stop now with so left shift key, and then we're gonna go ahead and light him up. So we signaled him to pull over. Now, don't forget, we have Stop the Ped now. So there's a 50-50 chance this ped is going to attack us. Or it could just do nothing, and they could just sit there and wait for us to come up to the window. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to get out and hope that they don't. Alright, so now when we get up there, we're going to hit our D-pad right. And if you remember from part 1, it shows you the menu, the LSPDFR menu. Well, now we have Stop the Ped menu, right? So now when I ask them for all their information, it's not going to say Kifflom. It should say ID.
Nice and slow.
Nice and slow, right? It's great.
Yeah, thanks.
There it goes. Now it says the driver refused to show proof of insurance. Johnny Drake is his name. So we can also perform a breathalyzer. We can ask him to get out of his vehicle. Oh, he's refusing to leave the vehicle. Sir, out of the vehicle, please. And he's refusing again. Sometimes it takes 3 times for him to get out. Come on. There he goes. So now what I can do is hit D-pad right twice. And now we have more options now. Let's do a field sobriety test, a horizontal gaze. Let's say we smell alcohol on him for RP reasons. We smell alcohol. So he's following the pen with his eyes only. As you can see, he's not turning his head, so that's good. Right? There we go. Oh, shoot. That was an accident. Damn it, I hate when I do that. I hate when I do that. So now let's say we want to get in our car and we hit our, what is it? It's going to be the Q button. Remember the Q? Or no, E.
Attention all units. A traffic
Compilate. I
alert
thought it was
in,
E.
Rancho.
Oh, we got to hold it. So now we got ped records, right? There it is right there. And what we can do is, this is the guy that we had. This is compulate, right? So you hold in the E key or the D-pad right if you keep the I and I on the D-pad right. And now you got like create citation or create an arrest report. Let's say, you know, vehicle equipment. And there's mods out there that give you better tickets and stuff like that. Like this menu has better tickets in that. And we have videos on that. Search it. Let's say illegal window tint. Yep. And then go to open interaction menu and submit. Right? And there you go. And then we can go to his vehicle. And there's his vehicle with the plate. And there we go. And vehicle owner. And of course, it's got no insurance. That's why he didn't want to show us the insurance.
Now that's just crazy.
Okay, so let's do. Hold on. Let's do a different one. Hold on here. Let me show you the whole plate reading thing. Yeah, see? I hate these vanilla police cars. Oh, they're so awful. Alright, so we blipped him, and we're going to pull him over. But before we pull him over, as you can see the plate that's down by our mini-map? That should be his plate. It's not. So if I hit my radio key, you see how it just changed to his plate? Charles 33 to dispatch. So now he's turning. Let's light him up. Can I get a plate check? 83 David Frank 455. So we could check his plate before we even.
Target plate 83 David Frank 455.
He's revving it.
A traffic felony.
So we know he's got a suspended license. 10-4. And now with this, we can call for backup. Requesting backup code 2. Let's see if it sends us code 2 backup. Oh, felony stop.
In Davis.
So we're going to hold our control key, and we're going to get rid of our felony stop backup. Dispatch, can I get an additional unit?
10-4, copy that.
Okay, so let's go ahead and step out of the vehicle. How you doing there, sir? So, again, we can ask him to step out. Go ahead and step out. And let's say you wanted to, you got to hit your D-pad right twice. Now let's bring up the menu. Now let's say we want to just kind of throw some cuffs on. You're not under arrest, you're just being detained while we kind of go over some things here. And now we can use our D-pad right to grab him. So now we can grab him and we can kind of walk with him, get him out of the road, get him to safety. And then D-pad right and release him. And now we can pat him down. So we can pat him down while he's, you know, handcuffed and see if we find anything. A little jar of suspicious liquid. He's got a Playboy postcard on him. And stuff like that. So you can even question him with this menu. Have you been drinking? And he'll tell, do you smell alcohol on me? And you can just RP it. Where you coming from? He says from hell. Where you headed to? Anywhere I like. So do you have a warrant? Hell, I know. There's things like DUI questions. Why are your eyes red? Do you think I'm drunk? How much did you drink? Just 2 cans of beer. Vehicle questions. Did you know that your insurance has expired? Sorry, sir. I'll renew it as soon as possible. Oh, it's too late now, and yada yada yada. So you can grab them, and then you can walk up to your police car, and it'll actually prompt you when you get close to it. There you go. Put in rear seat, so you can click that, and you'll open the door. You'll move out of the way, and he'll get inside the car. Look how dope that is, y'all. Tell me that's not just the dopest thing ever. Right, and then while you're doing that, you can just kind of come over here. The G key, your keyboard key G, will bring up your Stop the Ped menu for interactions like searching vehicles or calling transport. But this you can do on your radio. So we can search the vehicle with this. Right? It's kind of searching it out. Briefcase and NFL football, stuff like that. Now we can hit the radio. And with Charles 33, I need a transport 11015. So now they should send me, there it is. We got a police transport coming. So now it's going to get the closest cop to me. So he's going to come up over here. He's going to take the suspect out of my car. And then he's going to take him and put him in his car. Now, if I wanted, let me get this guy here.
Wait there!
Now, if I wanted to, I could simply,
End of the road!
let me show you with this guy. So,
A possible domestic disturbance.
and we just got a call for
in
domestic
Rancho.
disturbance. All right, so let's grab him. And let's bring him over here. And now let's put him in the car. Now let's say he's under arrest, right? I can take him to jail myself. Right now, this cop is going to take that guy. And I'm just going to take this guy. But we still have his vehicle. So we're going to go over to the vehicle. And Charles 33, can I get a tow truck to my location? 141. So now it should give me a menu for a tow truck. We want a flatbed. All right, so he's putting that guy in his car. We're starting to clean up the scene here. Now we should have a flatbed. If you look at your map, that little blue dot is going to be the flatbed. As you can see, there's the flatbed right up there. And he's going to come here. He's going to pick up this car. Come on, dude. Go, dude. I'll get in on this
Attention all
side.
units. We've got possible terrorist
And we'll
activity
just slide
in
over. Now, we can press 0 key to toggle the route to the nearest jail. So there we go. We hit the 0 key. And now we got a waypoint on our map. And the nearest jail is, boom, right here. So what we do is we pull up to the right in here. And we're just going to go right up to that. Oh, no, this one, the yellow one. There we go. We pull up here and we stop, and it'll prompt us. All right, what do you want to do? Escort by yourself, pass the suspect, or cancel. We're just going to pass him off, and it'll show him getting out, and we're dropping off the guy that we just arrested. Pretty freaking cool, isn't it? I love it. I love it. Next thing we have is our, if I hit F2, we now have our radar. We have our radar, right? So, and page up and page down will, oh, left control, is it? Yeah, left control, page up and page down will, it'll move the threshold up and down. So if I'm right here and I want to, let's say this is a 35 or a 25 mile an hour spot. Let's say we want to just, I mean, this isn't where you would run some radar, but let's say you want to run radar, right?
We have gunshots reported in.
Actually, isn't the highway? Yeah, let's go to the highway. I wish I'd showed Simple Trainer in this video, because then I could just teleport. I can't wait. Oh gosh, oh gosh. I can't wait for y'all to see Simple Trainer. It's so great. So here we are now, because we're on a highway. Obviously, now you can see it's clocking all these vehicles. So boom, there's one 40 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. So let's go right here, right? And you can see if we have it set at 40, but it's going to set everything off. So let's bump it up to 45. And you could just sit here and just run radar on all these cars right here.
La Mesa.
I don't know why the radar went away. Oh, there we go. So then boom. And as you can see, it'll blip the cars on your mini-map. So if one goes by you and it's speeding, you just go ahead, hit F2 to turn your radar off, and you're good to go. Left shift and W is your ALPR, right? Now your ALPR is going to scan all these cars going by, and it's going to tell you if anybody's wanted, warranted, if they have no insurance or no registration. And it will also blip it, right? So
Attention all units. Officer requesting
there's an
backup
escaped
on,
fugitive call. Now if we wanted to
Palomino
take that,
Freeway.
we could hit our radio button, the 0 button, and we could say responding, code 3, and it would put us on that call. But boom, right there, expired registration on that truck that just went by. That black SUV right there. So if we wanted, we could just slide right in between these two cars just like that. We could hit our left shift key and then turn on our lights and pull them over, right? So ALPR, really cool. And you deactivate it by doing the same thing. Left shift W, turn it on. Left shift W, turn it off. F2 turns on your radar. F2 turns it off. I think. And then yes, F10, if you want to start a call out manually, you can go, as you see. Remember, we got 686. This one, the LSPDFR one, and the call out interface, don't worry about that. You got 686, Daryl, and Kuchera. And you can go on the LSPDFR website and type in other call outs. You can go on Google and type in call outs for LSPDFR. And you can, they all install the same way into your plugins LSPDFR folder. Pretty much the same way we just did it is how it's all done. You could just hit enter on that, and you could just pick one. You could pick any one you want. Like we just did the officer down at the beginning. So yeah, you just go to any one of these and use them, and it's pretty great. Now,
Gunfire reported in Rancho,
ultimate
response code 3.
ultimate backup. Remember, we switched it to the U key. So now we have ultimate backup. So now if we're on a call and we want to get code 2 or code 3 backup, boom, we would just use this. We want to use K9. We can spawn a K9 with this. You can pick the K9 you want with the face you want in that and just hit spawn partner. Oh, you must be on foot. But that's okay. You get it. We can go to a regular partner. Local patrol. Let's get out of the car. Spawn partner with players' outfits. That's what we want to do. So what we're going to do, and you can make it so your partner has a vehicle. If you got a motorcycle unit, copy from player, no long gun because we have it in the car. So you would spawn partner with players' outfits. And boom,
Cover, coming right up!
we now have a partner. So now we can get in the car, right? And it'll tell you hit D-pad up plus X or T to get your partner to get in the car with you. So now you got a partner. Check that out. Dope, right? So that is your U key, right? We can code 2, code 3, partner, K9 partner. You can call for an ambulance, all that through the ultimate backup menu, or you can call for an ambulance using your grammar police, your radio mic. Folks, I think that is it. Again, F11 to bring up your EUP. If you're playing as a fireman, again, you can just, you could just get all of your stuff right here. Medical service and EMT, all of this right here. Look at this. Sandfire, brush, turnouts, all of it. Pretty amazing. Pretty dope, isn't it? You can even do private security general services. You've got FIB, well, FBI, tactical operations, your SWAT uniform. It's all in ultimate backup. EUP. So it's pretty amazing. So that is it for this episode, for part 2. It's some of the mods that I highly, highly recommend, and I think they're necessities. Part 3, which again is going to be coming out in a week or so, will be more. We're going to be doing Simple Trainer, which is amazing. We're going to be installing new vehicles, vehicle packs, DLC and add-on and explaining them. Sirens, weapon sounds, and just really showing you how to add DLCs and buildings and stuff to your OpenID. Also, we'll be installing ELS in the next one, so you're not going to want to miss that. Folks, again, if you're having any issues with your game and need support, just go to the Discord. The Discord is always linked in the description, and we have an amazing support team, support ticket, support staff on hand, ready to help you out. So, you know, take advantage of that. I hope this video helped you. I hope it's getting you on the path to learning LSPDFR and knowing exactly what you need to do and how to mod your game. You follow these videos, folks, and I promise you, you'll become a pro in no time, and you'll be having fun doing it. If you're new here and you feel undeserving, please consider supporting the channel by hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell. Also, consider giving the video a thumbs up. The more thumbs up this video gets, the more people it can reach and teach, as it hopefully did with you. Until next time, everybody, be safe, be healthy, be positive, follow the rules, and obey the law. Your boy Jeffrey Gamer's out. We'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.
So many demons inside of my life, you would thought that was hell. P on the 9 and the P on the 40 to go and I locked in the cell. I've been out counting the